especially if you're one of the dozens of people who has contacted us about soaring electric rates.
Thousands of Connecticut residents have gone through the process of switching to one of the more than 30 competitive electricity suppliers, only to find they're paying more. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis joins us with information about what you can do about this. Mark.
Hi, Ann and Darren. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Yeah, if you think you've been hoodwinked into paying too much for your electricity, you are not alone. Watch this. 73-year-old Will Gouster is one of the majority of Connecticut customers who have switched their electricity supplier, supposedly to get a better rate, and ended up paying much more than if they had never switched at all. Will and his wife Norma moved here from New Mexico 8 years ago to be closer to their sons. Here's the kicker. Will is a retired physicist who at one time worked on nuclear space propulsion. That's right, he was a rocket scientist. But even he couldn't keep from being hoodwinked by one of these electric suppliers.
In spite of my fairly extensive scientific background, I had a hard time really dealing with this system of electric utilities.
He had signed up for a lower fixed rate for a year, forgot to renew it at the end of that year, and his rate immediately skyrocketed.
Before I could go back to the fixed rate, the higher rates for 2 months obviated all the savings that I'd had the previous year.
Will, along with local volunteers from the AARP, came to the Capitol today to urge state lawmakers to force state regulators to form an investigative unit to look into these suppliers and to require easy-to-understand contract language, because older residents especially are crying out for help.
They've been bombarded with aggressive tactics, and that a large number of them have been bamboozled, and a large number of people have decided to actually just go back to the standard rate.
So the bottom line of your story is that even if you have a background in rocket science, you can be confused by that.
Yes, that's at least I was.
There you are, a Harvard-educated scientist confused by this, so don't feel bad if you were bamboozled or hoodwinked or whatever word you want to use. News 8 has learned that Governor Malloy has been hearing about these complaints, and we're told he has some sort of a plan to try to address it, and we expect him to make that announcement sometime within the next couple of days. We'll keep on it. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.